Chocolate-covered strawberries are purported to have been created by Lorraine LaRusso in 1960 in a small gourmet shop in Chicago called the Stop and Shop. Since the inception of this confection creation, it's estimated that over 1 million tons of strawberries are produced each year, with the state of California producing about 75% of the U.S. strawberries, followed by Florida. While there are still traditional strawberry growers, corporate farms like Agritech use modern technology and growing houses that can accommodate up to 200,000 plants, using a filtration system to feed the roots without a significant amount of soil. Let's take a look inside one of these high-tech growing houses to see how modern-day strawberries are being grown. Just imagine being able to harvest strawberries with no bugs in a climate-controlled environment. I'd say you'd have pretty high productivity and pretty high satisfaction among the workers. Dipped strawberries have come a long way from that local gourmet store of the 1960s that featured plain strawberries dipped in milk chocolate. Now, we see strawberries going to a whole new level in terms of size, color, coating, and design. Imagine chocolate-covered strawberries topping a cake, or strawberries covered in white chocolate to look like cute little bunnies, pink and green, aqua, even gold. Yes, strawberries are delicious as well as nutritious. For those chocolate lovers out there, you can have 6 chocolate-dipped strawberries for under 200 calories, whereas those same 6 pieces of chocolate candy will pack on a whopping 450 calories. Today, we're being joined by the owner of Berry Exclusives to give us a sneak peek into these delectable treats. So stay tuned for Confection Perfection. Hi, everyone. This is Dr. Michelle, and I am so glad to have Erica Walker with us today because we're going to be talking about my favorite thing, food and sweets. So we're going to have a sweet treat workshop. Welcome to Tab Talks, Erica.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing good.
Good. Well, you know what? We're excited to have you on our show today. And we're going to be talking to you about your business, which is Berry Exclusive. And first, I want to warn everybody that if you haven't had your dessert tonight, you're probably going to be really hungry after you see what Erica has to offer. I mean, just absolutely scrumptious treats. And, you know, we're going into Easter and everybody wants to eat. And you're going to see chocolate everywhere and then some. So we're going to give you a healthier alternative today. You know, we look at our chocolate and we know there's quite a few chocolate calories, but if you kind of have strawberries under it instead of caramel and nougats and all that other stuff, it's probably a better choice for you. So at least we hope until you see how huge these treats are. Okay, can you give us a history of Berry Exclusive?
Okay, so I just started, I was just doing strawberries for myself, at home. And I think I did it because I'm a early Head Start teacher. So we had something we had a family activity. So we invited them in for Valentine's Day to do chocolate covered strawberries. And I think my operations manager, she saw how I was decorating them and she was like, you could sell these. And for real, they were ugly though. But at that time when I first started, if you go to my page on Facebook, you'll see how I started off, and yeah, they weren't really, but I mean, but I just like started I was like, okay. And I was like, that's a good idea, like to make some money on the side. And so actually one of my teacher's aide, she ordered a whole bunch every holiday. She's my best customer. She had ordered like a whole bunch for her mom, her grandmother, and all her, she has four sisters and herself and her daughter-in-law. And then there were other people that ordered and stuff. And that's how I got started. And then I just started doing it on basically mostly for the holidays, and it was like a good way to make money for my Mother's Day, my mom, to get my mom Mother's Day gifts, to pay on some bills, you know, put a little extra this month on there, have a little money to go shopping instead of me swiping my card. So
Wow.
I've
Okay.
been doing it because actually I'm working on getting out of debt. I'll be debt free in July. And actually has helped with it. So like it, instead of me, because I had a bad shopping problem, I've gotten a lot better. But instead of me using my credit card, if you want a dress or something, you need to
You need
sell
to.
some strawberries or whatever. And then around Christmas time, instead of me swiping my card to get everybody Christmas gifts, I do cookies too. So I'll sell
Oh my
cookies,
gosh.
and that helps pay for my Christmas gifts and stuff. So yeah, that's how I got started.
Well, I think most people are familiar with chocolate dipped strawberries, but you
Mhm.
have some amazing flavors. Can you kind of share with us in the audience some of the flavors you have to offer?
I do plain, I do sugar crystals, I do chocolate chips, I do Oreo, like cookies and cream, I do strawberry shortcake, I do, and I just started doing fruity pebbles. So yeah,
Fruity pebbles.
yes.
Okay. Okay. So what time of the year do you typically get the most requests? I know I wanted you on the show because I know Easter's coming up and you just have some beautiful, beautiful designs that, you know, people could give out versus eggs or, you know, eating a bunch of chocolate. So when do you see like a boom in your business?
Mother's Day.
Really?
Mother's Day, I am up to the wee hours of the night.
Okay. Did everybody hear
People
that?
love their mothers. When I say they love their mothers, they love their mothers. Mother's Day is with my strawberries. Yeah, that's the biggest seller.
So I know we have a demo and we'll get to that, but I certainly have a lot of questions, you know, before we get to the demonstration and everybody sees how you actually make these strawberries. Your strawberries, there's only one word I could think of, and that was gymongous. So if anybody knows, it's like giant and humongous. Those are like the biggest strawberries I've ever seen. And I've got a picture of how big they are. I'm gonna show them in her hand. Where do you find strawberries this big?
Honestly, okay, because people ask that all the time. One, I am blessed. So like it just happens like, and sometimes I say a prayer like, Lord God, I'm getting ready to do some strawberries for this holiday. Please let me find some good strawberries, you know, or I'll be at the store. Like if I'm at the store, I might see some huge ones and then I'll make an announcement on Facebook. Hey, I'm dipping this weekend because I found. So if you see me put an announcement out, that means I found some giant ones and I'm getting ready to dip. Or family members, like if my mom or somebody or my aunt, they're out and it's like, they'll say, at this store, they have some really big strawberries. So I go between 4 stores and I'll go from store to store to see who has the best looking one. And I might get some here, 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 but I really do look through to make
Good.
sure I'm getting, because I have a standard. So yeah.
Wow. So you shop around and your family looks out for you too. They're like, hey,
Mhm.
go to this store.
Right. Yeah.
You gotta love your family. So so when you go to these stores, do you like look at them, or is there like a certain texture they should have? You know, sometimes you go in the store and they got a little yellow on them and
Mhm.
green, and you know, how do you know this is like the right uh strawberry for me to pick?
I
It's not overripe.
look for size and you look for color. You want them to be dark. Of course, you want them to be big, but you want them to be dark. You don't want a lot of white on them. And also, but you have to be careful with the big ones because you got to look underneath because sometimes they're so big, they're smushed in there. So they'll be like smushed at the bottom or be going rotten at the bottom. So you really, so like I go through all the strawberries to make sure I'm picking out the best ones, and I'm looking for to make sure they're dark, that they're not dried out, and that they're nice and big. But
Good
if they
quality
are not
control.
big, if I can't find really big ones, I do give my customers extras to make up for the size because I have a standard, like you're supposed to get this much. So if I can't find humongous ones, I'll give you like 2 per strawberry. So yeah.
So what's the most, you talked about a lot of flavors.
Mhm.
So what's your most requested flavor?
Plain milk chocolate and the strawberry shortcake crumble.
Hi, I'm going to give you a little brief tutorial on how to make chocolate covered strawberries. So, as you see, I have these humongous strawberries. When you're going to get strawberries, you want to look not just for size, but you want to look for darkness, because the darker they are, the sweeter they are. And when you get them home, you want to put them in a vinegar bath, which is 1 part white vinegar, 4 parts water. And you can put some salt in there as a sort of a scrubbing agent. Let it sit in there for about 5 minutes or so. And then you want to put your hands in the water, kind of wipe off the debris and the dirt. And then you want to put the strawberries in the colander, rinse all the vinegar water off. And then you want to put it in a container lined with paper towels, and that is open to the air so that you won't have a bunch of moisture, and put it in the refrigerator, and your strawberries will be good for up to 2 weeks. So you want to do that rinse because it'll get excess seeds off, and also it'll make sure that you get pesticides off and the dirt. When you see that water after you do the vinegar bath, you will see how dirty the strawberries really are, and you cannot get that off with just plain water. So what I'm going to do is I have some melted milk chocolate and I have some melted white chocolate. You can either melt it in the microwave at 50%, put it in for a minute, and then you want to take it out, check it, stir it. If there's still some that's not melted, put it in at the same temperature, 50% power, and do it 15 seconds at a time, taking it out, checking it, and stirring it until it is completely melted. You do not want to scorch your chocolate because it's very easy, and if you do, then you're going to have to get some more. I use chocolate chips. You can use candy melts, but I'm going to tell you they do not taste as good as if you use real chocolate. You can also use compound chocolate. This is a little bit more costly, but I like to use chocolate chip because of the taste. And when you use it, when it sets, it's softer, it's creamier, and it's just so delicious. But candy melts are fine. It's just that the drying process is different. So I'm going to take my strawberry, I'm going to put a skewer in, and I'm going to hold it by the skewer and by the leaves. Secure it. And I'm going to dip it in that chocolate. If you do not want to do the microwave method, or sometimes if I want to do a large amount of chocolate at one time, you could do the boiler method. That's just where you have a pot of water with a little bit of boiling water, and then you put a bowl on top, and then you put the chocolate in there, and you're going to let it melt, and you're going to stir it. But you have to it's kind of time consuming, but it's good if you're doing a lot of chocolate at one time. So that's what I did. Just dip it like so. And we're gonna do some with some nuts. So I have some nuts. I buy some peanuts. I put them in the food processor to chop them up because it's cheaper than buying chopped nuts. We're going to roll it in the chocolate. Just like that. And set it on there. Pause. All right, I'm gonna dip some in here. And then I have the sugar crystals. I'm gonna sprinkle them on. I used to roll them in there, but it makes it kind of wrinkly on the chocolate, so it's just better if you just take some, sprinkle it on, and you got pretty crystals. And you can do it with all kinds of toppings. You can do white chocolate. I do it with strawberry crunch. I do it with Oreo. And next I'm gonna show you how to drizzle. Pause.
Yep.
Okay. So I'm using a Ziploc bag. You can use a piping bag, but I don't have any left. So you can just use a plain Ziploc bag, put some chocolate in it, cut the center. You're gonna tie it, and you're just gonna take it, cut a little to the tip a little bit, and you're just gonna drizzle it on just like that. I usually drizzle when I'm done dipping all my plain ones. And if you want to make a design, I got lines. Sometimes it's better if you use white. And then I'm going to use a toothpick. You can just go like that. And make a nice little design. And there you have it. Chocolate covered strawberries. When you're done dipping, because I use chocolate chips, I put it in the freezer for about 5 minutes. Long enough to let it set, but not long enough for it to freeze, because you do not want to store strawberries too cold because they will mush up, but just long enough for them to set. But if you use candy melts, you don't even have to put it in the fridge. It'll set in a few minutes at room temperature. But it's not going to taste the same. But if you want that chocolate chip, the real chocolate taste, but you want to save some time, do half candy melts, half chocolate chips. Thank you.
Wow. Now, if somebody just wanted to order, if they came up with some crazy kind of flavor, would you try it out and see if it's doable? Will you take a custom order?
I'll try it first, and if I like it, because I won't sell anything I can't stand by. So if I don't think it tastes good, I'm not gonna sell it. So
okay. Because your name, hey, if you're gonna be very exclusive, you got to know you're putting a good product out there, because that's your name.
Yes, but I'll try it.
So how long can you store strawberries?
They last for 2 to 3 days, sometimes 4, if your refrigerator is not too cold.
Not too cold. Interesting. So you don't want it too cold.
Yeah, you don't want it too cold because they'll get rubbery, or they'll start the juice will start leaking out, and they'll get mushy if it's too cold. So you don't want it. So like, don't store it on the top, store it in the middle or in the fruit. If you got like the fruit drawers, store it there. But most of the time, people's strawberries don't even last that long. So
get them over, eat them.
Yeah, people call me like, I ate all those strawberries. This is a no judgment zone. So.
Yeah, no judgment. So if you got them, don't tell your mother you bringing them over for Mother's Day and they never make it, right? Or
right.
They got bites in them. So do you provide strawberries for special events? Say I have a special event and I want a special color scheme. Can you do those kind of things with your
Yes, I've
strawberries?
done them for birthday parties, and I've done them mostly for birthday parties. I've done weddings. So if you like I've had people say I want this color, or I want pearls, like the edible pearls. I want rose gold, like, yes. So
Wow. Rose gold?
yes, I can paint them. Like, I'll paint the strawberries and I can make them rose gold. Or
Wow. Okay, everybody hear that? So color scheme is not an issue for you. She says she can do it. So if somebody wants to order treats for you, I'm going to put the address up here. What's the best time to do it? And I know we're going to be going, we got Easter, and have you gotten all your Easter orders done, or are you taking orders for Easter?
I usually don't get orders for Easter.
Okay.
I do them all through the year. So like, if you reach out to me, I do them throughout the year. However, my biggest times that I really focus on are Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, Father's Day, and Sweetest Day for my strawberries.
Okay, well, everybody hear that. We're coming up. I believe our Mother's Day is coming up. So
less than a month away.
Less than a month
Put your order
away.
in by May 1st for Mother's Day, because I get swamped. So I can make sure I have everything I need and everything's done in time for you to pick them up.
Okay. So. Wow. Anything you want to leave us with? I'm hungry now. I've been talking to you.
No, that's it. I just really enjoy it. It is time consuming, but that's because I care about how things look, and I have a standard of quality, and I enjoy doing it.
Well, Miss Erica Walker, I want to thank you for coming on Tab Talks and sharing about your business. Very exclusive. I'll certainly be getting my order in, and I'm going to encourage people in the audience to do the same thing. They are ginormous, humongous, and you will definitely get your money's worth. They're mouth-watering, and it's just a healthier alternative. So thanks, Erica, for coming on Tab Talks.
Can I add, for Mother's Day, I will be offering sugar-free, well, no sugar added. I found some delicious, no sugar added chocolate too for Mother's Day that will, for just a little bit of extra cost, because it's a little bit more expensive. But if you're really looking, because strawberries are already low in sugar, so if you're looking to watch your sugar, you can still enjoy it. I will be offering that for Mother's Day.
Oh, well, see, that's wonderful. So I could buy some for myself, because anybody that knows me, they knows I don't do the added sugar. So everybody, did you hear that? No excuse. You can get strawberries, no added sugar. That is amazing. And that's, I think, for all my diabetics out there, or people who are just trying to watch your middle a little bit, this is the way to go. So thank you. I'll make sure we put a shameless plug out there about no sugar added. Thanks for coming on the show, Erica.
Thank you for having me.